Hello everyone! Welcome to our October Minecraft Education Edition live stream. I'm thrilled to be here, and we have a special guest this month. On the line with us is Lynn Telfer. So Lynn Telfer is one of our Minecraft Global Mentors from Australia. You want to introduce yourself, Lynn?
Hi, I should say good day, shouldn't I? Good
I
day.
guess so. Is it good day? I guess it's good morning over there, isn't it?
It is. It's a lovely morning in sunny Melbourne. Yeah, I'd love to introduce myself to everybody. My name's Lynn Telfer, and I'm a full-time teacher in Melbourne here. I have absolutely loved using Minecraft for about 4 or 5 years now, and I'm very, very happy to be a Minecraft mentor. I've been using it in the classroom in many different subjects, which has been a lot of fun. And I've managed to also get some other teachers to use it in the classroom. And the really fun part is being a mentor, I've been able to share my work around the world and get input and feedback and seeing other kids using the class activities as well. So it's been an absolute joy. I work with MindGauge in the background there, and we also make educational software using Minecraft. So it's just incredibly universal. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we do.
Cool, awesome. Well, we're very happy to have you, Lynn. We're
Thank
going to
you.
look at a couple of Lynn's lessons that we have featured on the website in just a little bit. And I should say as well, so if you don't know me, my name is Brian Bonham. So I'm a program manager on Minecraft Education Edition. So I work with Minu and Neil on the learning programs team. And my focus area is on sort of content. And content development for Minecraft education. So developing curriculum, working with awesome partners and teachers to make cool curriculum and feature it on our website, like Lynn's stuff. Speaking of that, today what we're going to do, we're actually going to start off, we're going to look at a cool feature, something new that we've done to the website that I think is really going to help teachers out. So we will look at the lesson page, the newly redesigned lesson page. Let me go ahead and bring that up. All right, let's see here. Oh, there we go. All right, so we have education.minecraft.net. So you may be familiar with our site. So we're going to go right over to lesson resources. And from lesson resources, we are going to look at our lesson page. We'll load that up. So there you go. And we'll see something new here. And that is our subject kits. So it used to be when you loaded up our page, you would have to go through and sort of sort yourself through all of the lessons we have. We have over 500 different lesson plans that are up on our site right now in all different subject areas. So what we've done is we've sort of bucketed the content into these 6 subject areas. So we have language arts, science, history and culture, computer science, math, and art and design now. If you just want to see every last one of those 500 plus lesson plans on the page, we've still got you covered. You can click on the search all lessons, and that'll actually open up a lesson page for you to be able to do that. And we still have some featured lessons that we have going on here as well, so if you want to check those out. But let's go back up here. Let's look at some of these subject area pages. So for example, let's go into science. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we have our beautiful chemistry world that's going on here. This is part of the chemistry tutorial. If you've not played that, definitely want to check that out. So this is our science subject area page. And the way we have this laid out is to sort of help out new teachers as well. So people that are, maybe you're new to Minecraft, you haven't done a lesson before, and you want to see like, well, what can I do? I'm a science teacher. So we have some of these try these first examples. So the idea was that these are simple lessons. So many of them, they're a combination of lesson and a world download already. So you don't have to make anything. So you don't have to worry about setting up the world. What are you going to do? Building stuff. You can just jump in right into one of these with a world and a lesson plan all ready for you to help just try and teach your first lesson. And the idea is that it would, sort of build your confidence to be able to do something. Sometimes people start off with lessons and they plan it out. They're like, oh, I'm going to do this whole unit with Minecraft. Like, maybe start small, like get all your kids loaded up into the game, make sure that they're able to actually access the game, do something small, one of these shorter activities. And then we have, once you're feeling a little bit more comfortable, oh, we have one of Lynn's is popping up already over here, one of these science ones. We have some featured resources. These are lessons that are maybe a little bit more in depth, but something after you've done a couple of them, or even one or two of them that you might feel comfortable doing. So these are some suggestions for you. And several of these subject kits have sort of additional tabs here. So we have, this one is science. So we have all of our great chemistry lessons that we released as part of this pack when we came out with a chemistry update last winter, I think it was. So you can see those in there. If you didn't find what you're looking for, you can of course search through all of our different lesson plans. To help you out as well, using some of the tools that we have specially created in Minecraft Education Edition for teachers, we have this section in here. And what these are links to trainings. So these are little videos that will teach you how to use these different features of the game. So if you're not sure how to use structure block, or even what a structure block is, by the way, it is this really cool block that you can put down in the world. And you can have you used the structure block, Lynn?
Oh yeah, I'll be talking about one of those.
Oh, nice, excellent. So you can export a 3D model of once you set the X, Y, and Z coordinates, you can export a 3D model of whatever's inside that area, and then you could look at it in like the Windows Mixed Reality viewer, like the AR stuff, or you could even print it on a 3D printer if you wanted to. You could have a copy of your Minecraft building. So it's an example of one of the trainings that are in here. And then down on the bottom here, we have some of our global Minecraft mentors that might be able to help you out. And we will be cycling through different folks and different lessons as well on these pages. But this is an example of one of the ones that we have. Let me go back. There we go. So again, we have some of those cool resources on each one of these. We have different sets of lessons. Let's just jump into one of these again. So this is our history and culture section. Again, we have an awesome collection of lessons. Some of these lessons, like I said before, we have one over here that we're going to look at in just a second that Lynn's going to talk about that she created that I think is a really good try these first lesson. Before we do that, I did just want to show you that we can still look at all of these lessons. You can filter by subject area, and there's even a few more of them in here, by age. You can do a keyword search if there's something particular that you're searching for. Maybe it's fractions, or it could be learning about cells. And you can sort these as well. You could sort them alphabetically. If you want to see the newest stuff that we have out here, you could do newest to oldest and make sure that you're not missing any of the great content that we have coming through. But with that, let's go back over here. And we were talking about one of these awesome lessons here. I'm going to click into this one and show you an example of what these lessons look like. So once you click into the lessons, of course, we've got the title. It breaks out by what are the tags. It'll tell you what age group it's good for, what subject areas. It tells you who made it. So we have Lynn's here. Learning objectives, guiding ideas to get your class started. What the kids are actually going to do as part of the lesson, and then the performance expectations. What will you expect of them afterwards? And then if there are, some of our lessons have as well over here additional information or links or videos that you might go to check it out. So with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and bring up a little PowerPoint that we will look at. With Lynn. Oh, look at that. Look at that nice animation. I think that's on Lynn's. There we go. Oh, is it still? How are we seeing it on the screen there? Is it showing up properly?
Lynn's thing got mixed up.
Oh, Lynn's thing got mixed up. We want to see. We would definitely want to still see Lynn's. Maybe let's do this. I want to see Lynn. Is that the one? Okay, we see Lynn again.
Yep.
Hey.
Let's see here. What would be a good way to do this? We don't want to. All right. Well, let's go. Let's jump into the PowerPoint, and we'll look at the PowerPoint, and then we'll come back to our faces in just a minute. Okay.
Yep,
so
that's
we
fine.
are looking at our first screen here. So
Yay.
Lynn, if you want to tell us a little bit about, what were we thinking for this particular lesson?
That is a very good
how do
question.
you hope that it might be used?
Well, what happened was I was teaching my year 10s about World War II, and I was given a activity sheet for them to fill in. And I thought, oh, this is going to be great. It was just an activity sheet that was just, here's some empty boxes, you fill in the dates and the people and the times. And my reaction was, well, it's actually all about getting the kids to really understand what happened. And that was my learning objective. Their objective in the classroom was to fill in the blanks and hand the sheet in. And I felt that was just not going to really cut it. So I wanted them to understand what was happening and to feel empathy for some of those people that are actually there at the time. So I wanted them to meet them. I wanted them to greet them. And to do that, we made a blank world where they put in a timeline. And I got the kids to really think about, and there's gorgeous kids there. I love them. So they're my little kids that did a demo class for me. Wonderful kids. Hi guys, I'm teaching you next lesson.
I'm going to advance for you. You tell me when you want me to show you the next one, okay?
That's all good. That's a good one to show. So those kids were the ones that helped me out, and they made a timeline, and they basically got me to work out when the timeline starts, 1939 to 1945, and they actually went off and made it. Now, I've got a YouTube video of them actually making it as well, so we're going to have that up soon if I haven't already. Do you want to go to the next one there?
Yeah.
All right. So I made my own activity sheet. Now, instead of them just filling it out and that's it, pass it off, forget it ever happened, this one is going to be available on the lesson plan, and it is looking at one person for one event at one point in time. And we were, again, doing World War II. So they then find out who was there, what their name was, what rank or occupation they had, and then they have to write a little tiny story. You can see I've only got a little bit of room there about what actually happened at that point. So it might have been Winston Churchill, a certain date he lost his job and a new prime minister came in, and what happened at that time. And then I got them on the next page. You can see there's 6 boxes. Now, the beautiful thing about making a cute little NPC in Minecraft Education Edition is that you can actually get them to talk back at you. The first one is I can get them to say something, type something. When you click on them, they'll say, hello, my name is Winston Churchill, and oh my goodness, this has just happened to me. And then you can actually, on the next section there, put in buttons. And those buttons can have a couple of words on them, like how do you feel, what's going to happen next, or whatever. And the kids can then type in what those answers are going to be. So you can now have a conversation with the person standing on the timeline. And when they do that, that person then becomes real to them. Because I've told the kids, look, don't make it like a Wikipedia. I don't want you to say, on this date, this happened. No, I want to know, like a general conversation, what actually happened during that time. Oh, it was terrible. We got bombed and I lost my house and I can't find my dog. Yeah, that sort of thing. So it becomes more real. And because there's 6 different things we can do there, we've got 6 different conversations we can put in. The more advanced kids want to do more than that. For example, on that sheet there, it says /tell@p. That means that whoever clicks on that button, the nearest person to the character will be given a message. But we could do so much more with NPCs. We can make them give you something. So I could have made it that they all go and collect different items by going along the timeline. And then at the end of the timeline, you have to have 20 items. So it might be one of those buttons is collect your item, your treasure. So there's so much more you can do and make really interactive games with it as well. Do you want to go to the next one there?
Sure.
Now, the beautiful, beautiful thing about Minecraft is it's not like a sheet of paper where they're controlled. These planes that you see here were not part of my lesson. But one kid decided, well, I've finished my character. I'm going to go build some planes. And so you can see there that there's 2 planes sort of about to collide with each other. If you just go to the next slide, there's a couple more, I think. That's the actual timeline there. So you can see the timeline that they've built. What you see in the foreground here, someone's actually built a trench. Oh, yeah, there they are.
Oh, these are the plans.
Yeah, and see the person standing there. I couldn't believe it. But you'll see they actually fire. The kids have actually put in some coding and they actually shoot each other. So go to the next one, I think. It might be that one there. But you can see the timeline at the bottom. There you go. Oh, I love that shot. I think I'm going to use that shot for the video. Yeah. Next one. Oh, yeah. We'll look at the timeline. I think this next one's on. So you can see here a perfect example. Oh, there they are.
Oh, they're shooting. They're
There
like
they
sparkles,
go.
and oh, look at that!
Absolutely crazy. And they didn't tell me they were doing that. So they said, Miss, come and take photos. And I said, what of? Oh, my gosh. And so I took these photos of them shooting each other. It was absolutely brilliant. Do you want to go back one?
Yeah.
Because that's a really good shot of the actual timeline. These are the NPCs. Now, as a teacher, I'm begging that we have a lot more character skins, please. Yay! Because we
hear that feedback.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm one of many, I'm sure. So basically, what the kids did is they chose their skin and they put down who these people are. And you can see it's not just, a specific person. It might be a Soviet soldier, a British soldier, a French lady, or it might be someone specific, like Winston Churchill or Hitler. By the way, did you know it's impossible to write Hitler under that name? It comes up as stars.
Oh, really?
So,
is that
yeah,
right?
so,
it's like one of the filters, I think, probably in Minecraft for chat.
Yeah.
Probably is the same way it filters for NPCs.
So we wrote Adolf spelt wrong and with a H, and so we covered it that
That's
way.
That's a workaround.
Yeah, we did a workaround. So that's pretty much what the timeline looks like, which was, as you can see, that's only a little bit of the timeline, and we got a lot of people there. So by the end of it, the kids could walk through and have a conversation right from the beginning to end. And the beautiful thing is I've got this saved now for the next group. They can add to it. So they can do more. Now we're looking at literacy as well as history. So now I can get the kids to become a war correspondent, go and interview these people. There's so much potential. And of course, the kids who love building, go and add more tanks, go and build what D-Day looked like over there, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So the timeline is so much more than that first piece of paper that frustrated the heck out of me at the start. Wow. All right, if you'd like to keep going then.
Sure. Those are planes.
Okay, there's planes. I love them. I love them dearly. So you can see there's the start of 1939 and as it continues on. And the kids can fill in a bit more. And I can build backwards. So the kids who are doing the bit about before the war can add to this, which is really cool. Okay, next one. All right, so now
another lesson.
Another lesson. Oh, this one is my fave. This one was actually brought about because two beautiful drama teachers at our school, they came to me and said that they've got a room that they've been given for their drama room, and they want the kids to create a theatre set in it, but they don't want to go off and buy a whole lot of boxes and, cardboard boxes and that sort of thing, and try and get them to build something, because it's incredibly limited what you can do. So we looked at using Minecraft and building a room that is 32 blocks by 32 blocks, which represents 8 meters by 8 meters, which is perfect for the room. And then I made a room with the doors in the right place and then copied it 16 times. And that is really easy to do in Minecraft Education using the clone tool. It's really good. Definitely worth looking at how to do that. So then I also use the structure blocks in those. What I've also done is, you can see on that little quick shot of the lesson plan, is I've made a lesson video which is used by the class that shows how to do the whole thing right from start, including doing the hand-drawn layouts and all the way to the 3D printing. So any teacher can use that in the classroom with the kids, or use it as your own PD. And I found that's been really successful with them, so I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Sure.
All right, what the kids had to do before they touched Minecraft is we got them to design on paper what their design was going to look like. And this helped so much. It really made them think about the textures and the actual layout, and the conversations that they had were quite accessible too. So the teacher can listen in to what conversations they're having. By the way, this is group work as well, so you've got that collaboration happening as well. So the teacher looks at that design and says, yes, okay, explain it to me. what's going to look like, what's that made of, and away they go. So next one. There we go. And there's a picture of the screen. So what I do and what my teachers do is they just put their character up in the air and look down. So the kids can actually see at all times where all the other people are. Now, that's really, really helpful too. And what I did with my videos, I left my character just sitting there and recorded the whole thing and turned it into a fast time video.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. Now you'll notice at the top of each wall, there's a red line. Now those red lines are, for us teachers, magic. You see, the kids cannot go past those lines, and they cannot build where those lines are. They can't destroy the walls. And also, I've made it that they have to walk through the door to get in and out. Now, I've got gorgeous classes, which is great, but what if you had a class that, well, you know, wanted to go in and visit another kid's room and add a few things and be a bit naughty? You can actually put those red lines across the wall and block them in. So their work is protected from others and they can't get out. If you really wanted to, it's really, really good. So I haven't had to do that, thank goodness, but the option is there. So I really love water walls. Okay, next one.
I saw one recently that there was like a pen that you spawn into, basically. There was border box and a square around it. So that was where the students would spawn. And then you would have to there was a teacher platform where you release the students into it.
I do that all the time. I do that all the time, yeah.
Nice.
Because the first thing I want to do is go, take destroy. They can destroy anything in that box. Then I explain what we have to do, make sure that everybody's on board, know the rules, and then we release.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really good. Next one.
Get some kids working?
Yeah. The beautiful thing about Minecraft, and this is true for anything I've ever done, is as soon as they're on there, they're using their design thinking. They're using problem solving. Because you just stop and listen to the first sentence they say. It's like, okay, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? What text are you going to use? Okay, and you can see right there he's got his map ready to go. And these kids are working in the same room. So they're looking at the map and making sure that that is all happening exactly as they planned. And they can have another kid on the other side of the room or even in another room working with them, and they've got the chat line, so they use that very effectively to keep track of what's happening. As I said, we've had zero problems. We've had probably about 500 kids now working on this, and there's a whole another group just started this week using this lesson in our school. All the grade 7s and all the grade 8s do it for drama. So it's been fantastic. Next one there. Yes, this is wonderful. This is I've taken a screenshot and then we've put it into AR. But I've also I've had a lot of fun with this. The kids can go into Paint 3D and put characters onto their stage. And as you can see here, we've got this beautiful wizard and a little puppy dog sitting there as well. And I wanted the kids to be in this shot, so I've actually taken a screenshot. And you can see them in the background there. That's how I've sort of incorporated 2D and a 3D space in this particular shot, which is a lot of fun. And the kids can do that anytime. Next one.
That was a model.
Yeah. What I didn't show you here is with the structure block, there's a structure block in the corner of every room. So the kids go outside the door, around the corner, and they click on the structure block, and it will show their build. I've set it up that it won't include the walls that are mine. It will include the floor, and that's it. And that is an example of what happens when you export the model, put it into Paint 3D, and I'll put it into Remix, which is an online viewer. And this is a painted 3D model of an evil dungeon lair.
Wow.
And
that's
what
wild.
I love this because instead of the kids going, oh, well, there's some seats, there's some a stage, they've incorporated the whole dungeon around the room. So when you walk in, you're sitting in the dungeon, and you can see, these columns that if they decide to make this in real life, they know that, okay, I need cardboard boxes up to the height of the roof. I need this and I need this. And they can actually design it, for real, and know it'll work.
That's very cool.
Next one. All right.
Yes.
So just finishing up on the other one. We're now looking at getting a whole lot of those remix work printed out in 3D. So the kids will have that, and we've got a wonderful tech school available for us that we can go to and print those out. So I'm really looking forward to be able to show you some pictures of that, which I'll link to the lesson as well, so you can see the results of that. Now this one came about because I was watching my students working diligently on Minecraft, doing a really fun activity at one point, and nobody was talking. They were just typing away, but they weren't typing much. And I figured out, you know what? These kids are actually using a collective mind here. They know what they want. They're doing it. They've had practice doing it. And they just know what each other are thinking here. And I thought, this is really, really interesting to me. And I thought, how far can we push the idea of a collective mind for humans? Anyone who loves Star Trek would be thinking the Borg here, but I'm thinking ants. So
it looks a little like a Borg cube behind you there, the way it sort of goes off in
now
his
I
face.
think about it, we should do a Borg lesson. Now I think about it.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Now it's talking. We looked at ants, and I said to my class, look, how do ants actually build an ant colony when they can't chat or type? And we looked at that, and we watched some videos on that. Just go to the next slide. I'm not quite sure what it is, but we'll go from there. Yeah, all right. So we looked at the ant colony. We discovered that a couple of things that we need. First of all, we need food, and we need a queen that makes eggs. We actually looked at a whole lot of things about the roles of ants too, but what you've got here in front of you is we created some command blocks, and these command blocks are just wonderful, wonderful things. And you will have kids in your class that already know how to do this. And that is a beautiful thing about Minecraft. You do not need to be an expert. You've already got them in your class, and you've got the training videos out there as well. It's just really, really easy. So these two little command blocks here, they've got little chests beside them, and inside the chest, I've actually put ant food. Now, you could put anything in there to represent ant food, and we've got some food there that was just the sugar cane, which to me look like little leaves. Yeah. So I put sugar cane in there, and these little command blocks, what they do is they send the sugar cane up to the top of the ant farm. And it just releases it every 2 or 3 seconds. So there's food being collected by our little student ants. Also, there's a queen command block that where they tell me the queen's going to go, it will put little tiny bits of meal bone, which looks like little eggs. So we had a lot of fun with that. The next one.
That's cool.
And by the way, that's on the map all set up that you can download from the thing. The actual ant colony here, you'll see on the map that's available, it's just a full layer of dirt, and there's glass on each side, but the glass is protected by deny blocks, which means the kids can't build on either side. They can only dig around.
Yeah.
I suggest that the kids are in creative so they can fly around while they build in there. It just makes it a lot easier. And basically what we did is we looked at all the different roles of the ants, and we decided that the queen would be represented by a red block, because then I can then program that red block is where the ants are going to have their eggs laid, and the little student ants have to go and look after them. And that worked really well. And we looked at what rooms, what chambers are needed, and the kids went off and made that. So you can see there, that's part of the video that I stopped, and you can see where the kids are actually building. And again, as a teacher, you come back, you stand behind, and you can have that shown on the big screen. The kids can actually look up on the big screen and say, hey, yeah, look how it's looking so far. So it gives them an idea of what's happening as well. Next one. That's the one. There you go. At the end, they had to label everything. So you've got that as assessment as well. So you're not only looking at the soft skills of collaboration, teamwork, design, all those sort of things, you're also looking at the content of, do you know what an ant structure looks like? Do you know the roles? All those sort of things can be measured as well. And my students, who I've got next lesson actually, they did a really, really fantastic job with this. And I really, really enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. They all had a fight about who was going to be what kind of ant. The engagement was very, very high, and they wanted to do more. So I need to sort of incorporate more sort of things, maybe make it more of a fish tank environment next time, where they can do a lot more foraging and putting in insects and that sort of thing. Ant Canada is an amazing website to go to. Ant Canada is amazing. He's got ant aquariums, and he talks about every type of different ant there is. The kids found it fascinating, so do I. I now watch him constantly. So definitely worth looking at. So they're just some of the lessons that I've done. A lot of them have been just inspired, like, wow, what if we did this in Minecraft, and talk to the kids about what do you want to do, and they help write the lessons. The Thread the Human Body was actually made with the kids. They helped me design the lesson and helped me run that, and we experimented with that. Again, videos up there for that. One of my favorite lessons as well. So as you can tell, I get very, very excited about using Minecraft in the classroom. It's inspirational for the kids. They go further than what my lesson intentions were, which also always astounds me. It becomes theirs, not mine. And I absolutely love it for that. And to be able to see teachers being able to use my lessons and me to be able to use other teachers' lessons because of the website, I actually have to thank you for that, because I'm actually very grateful, because otherwise, without that kind of communication, I'm just a teacher in four walls doing my stuff with no one knowing what's going on. And this gives us an opportunity to really express what we do in the classroom, and to be able to bring in new ideas and get very, very excited about the future of education.
Awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
I think I'm just going to go, and I'm going to show one more thing here. So if we can grab this, if you would like to see so this or other lessons. So if you click on Lynn's profile here, down on the bottom, you can read a little bit about Lynn if you want. Down on the bottom here, and you can do this for any of our Minecraft mentors. You can actually see a link to all of the lessons that she's created all in one place here, up on our website. So definitely go and check those out. And as she said, for example, like with the ant colony lesson, there's a world, an MCU world file that you can download from the website and load it up there. So you don't have to make your own. You don't have to make your own ant farm, your ant world. So Lynn and her students have done that for us. Well, great. So that's it for our live stream for October. When we come back in November, though, we'll have some exciting new computer science things on the horizon, including some stuff about Hour of Code. So definitely don't want to miss that. So I would like to thank Lynn. Thanks again so much for being with us.
Thank you. That was very enjoyable.
And thank you all for watching as well. I really appreciate it. We'll see you again next month.
Bye.
Bye.